everyone and welcome to the channel D for Developer. In this video we'll learn how to create a REST API, a very simple, a very basic REST controller. So by the end of this video you should be able to create a REST controller of your own, trigger a request, and you should be able to get back a response from the server as well. So let's start. As you can see on the screen, I have just created a Spring Boot project and I have named it as Learn REST. So if any of you guys are not aware of how to create a Spring Boot project, please do watch my previous video titled How to Create a Spring Boot Project Using Spring Initializer. So I just went to the Spring Initializer site and I've created a basic Spring Boot project. Okay. And I've named it as Learn REST. So we'll just expand this, go to src main Java. So we have our initial main method inside the Learn REST application. Okay. What we'll do is we'll create a separate controller package inside this. So we'll right click new package and we'll name it as controller. Okay. Next, we'll create a Java class inside the controller, which will be our first entrance to the API. So the controller class. So we'll create this class and we'll name it something like demo controller. Okay. So we have our package. Inside that we have our Java class called demo controller. Let's start. So let's start writing this controller class for now. First of all, our class in Spring Boot, we have so many annotations that define what the class is all about. That will give an indication that this class has this particular function. So what we'll do is we'll declare a demo controller class with an annotation called REST controller. Okay, so we have annotated the class as REST controller. What this annotation is specifically used to denote a class as a REST controller. Okay, so Spring REST controller takes care of mapping request data to the defined request handler method. So whatever methods we write inside this controller class will be handled by the Spring REST controller. Okay, so mapping of the request to that particular method will be handled by Spring. After this, we'll go ahead and create a method inside this, okay, from where we'll be returning the data. So what we'll do is we'll write public, and for instance, just for learning purpose, we would like to return a string data to the user. So we'll just put the return type as a string for now. So public string, and we can name the method as something as, okay, welcome user. Okay, so we have declared our method and now we need to return some value. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just return something. We'll write a return statement, something like return return a string that will say hello mate, congratulations on writing your very first REST controller. Okay, so what we are doing basically is from inside this method we are just returning this particular statement. Okay, hello mate, congratulations on writing your very first REST controller. Okay, now the thing is, when a user hits this class, this method, we should return this statement. But how does the Spring know that this particular method is to be mapped to which address, which URL. So what we'll do is, so with Spring Boot, we have some basic annotations that say that, okay, so this particular method, this particular REST API is a get method or a post method. Okay, so it particularly specifies the HTTP method that we are using for the REST API. So here we'll be using an annotation called get mapping. Inside this, we'll provide the path for which we want this method to be mapped. So the user hits this particular path and the control goes inside this particular method and returns the value that is mapped to this path. So here we can just give something like welcome. Okay, so what will happen is whenever the user hits URL with /welcome, it particularly enters this particular method and returns the value hello mate congratulations to the user. Okay, yes, so that's it. I think we are already done now. So we are done writing our very first very simple REST controller. Yes, it's that easy with the Spring Boot. Yes, it's the magic of a Spring Boot that within 2 minutes we're able to write a demo controller class. And let's see if it works for now or not. Okay, so let's test this. So we'll go inside the main method and click on run. So let's give it a few minutes for the application to run. Once the application starts, we'll just hit the URL and we'll see if we get that particular response or not. Okay, so if we observe the logs, we can see that this application has started Learn REST application in 4.86 seconds. So just above that statement, if you see, observe this statement, it says Tomcat started on port 8080. Okay, so we have our port as 8080, which is provided by the embedded Tomcat server in Spring Boot. So now we can just go ahead and hit that URL. So we'll go just open any browser from your system. And for here, I'll be using Mozilla and I'll be typing localhost colon 8080 is our port. And if you remember the path that we had provided in for the method is /welcome. We'll just have a look. This one, get mapping. So whatever URL is mapped to /welcome, it should return the data. So we'll just hit this /welcome and press on enter. And here it is. See, we have successfully got a response from our API, from our REST API. So the controller returns, hello mate, congratulations on writing your very first REST controller. So this is the statement that we were trying to return from our controller class, and we have successfully received that. So what we are doing is we have triggered a get request, a get HTTP method request via REST API, and we were successfully able to fetch the response from the method. So this is a very basic implementation of REST control. So for learning purpose, we had just tried to return a string value from this particular controller method. But if you want, we can go ahead and return few objects as well. List of objects, list of integers, or any other data type. So basically we can return objects as well from this controller, and that can be fetched by the user by hitting the path that we provide in the request mapping. Okay, so that's it guys. I hope you had a happy learning. Thank you for now. Bye bye.